You're listening to the 49 Carats Podcast, a 49ers Goldmine production with Stephanie Sanchez.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats Podcast. I'm your host, Steph. It is Friday, May 9th. Apologies that I'm not here with my guy, Wayne, today. It's kind of my fault. Work was busy for a Friday. It's like, that's so rude for work to be busy on a Friday, but it was. So I had to push back the show. Wayne has his own stuff going on today, so he couldn't join me at this later time. But a part of me is glad that I did push back today's show. And I'll tell you why, because it was the first day of 49ers rookie minicamp. No, that's not true. Yesterday was actually the first day, but today was the first day that the 49ers media, the beat writers, could be there. So we got all the goods as far as content goes. In fact, it finished not too long ago, maybe within the last hour. So, man, we're going to look through that all together. I appreciate all of you joining. And honestly, I'm going to be looking at this stuff for the first time, just like some of you guys maybe are at this point. And so let's see, we got Michael Williams. First look at Michael Williams, and by all accounts, he looks the part in day one of 49ers rookie minicamp. I think that's really exciting. Not that these, rookie minicamps are always so much an indictment of, or it's not always an indication of what some of these players are going to look like, but I do find it encouraging when guys do look the part this early, right? So Micah Williams definitely seems to be one of those guys. And so that's really exciting. Alfred Collins, as we know, is massive. Dude is a tank out there. And he did not participate today. From what I saw Matt Barrows say, Alfred Collins was one of the few guys that was kind of he was there. He was watching, observing. But due to his calf injury, he's not participating, although Matt Barrows did say doesn't seem very serious for Alfred Collins. So that's a good thing. Maybe just cautionary. We got CJ West here, Jordan Watkins. I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting to see all these guys. The reason, if you guys are wondering why Robert Saleh is the thumbnail for this video, is because I'm excited more so to see the defensive rookies. One thing I thought was interesting about Robert Saleh, who spoke with the media just yesterday, one of the things he said was the draft just kind of fell to us getting defensive players. There were times where we had offensive players on the board that, who dropped that? I just saw someone drop the punt. Who was that? Junior Bergen? Junior Bergen, you're telling me Junior Bergen, the guy that they signed with the last pick in this year's in the 7th round, or the 7th round pick, dropped the punt return? Is that what I'm seeing here? Oh, that's not great. That's not good. That's not good. Look, the thing on, I'm actually going to play this back. The Junior Bergen thing, and sorry to interrupt myself, but that was kind of interesting because Brant Boyer also spoke with the media yesterday, and he was asked about Junior Bergen. He obviously talked about the special teams prowess that he has, and the ability that he gives them, the upside as a 7th round pick. You're looking for upside. Junior Bergen, that's going to be his ticket to maybe making this roster, right? And he was damn good at it at Montana. But he's going to be competing with a number of different guys. In fact, one of the things that Brant Boyer said is that he's going to be competing with Jacob Cowing, Ricky Pearsall, and Trent Taylor for the punt returner job. So, the 49ers have a number of different dudes there at this point. But yes, exactly what I'm saying, Rob, in the comments here. Special teams draft pick drops the punt? You kidding me? No, it's literally why you're here. And it's just one clip. All right. I don't want to overreact too negatively or positively from any of these clips. But not great. not great for Junior Bergen in his first day of rookie minicamp. I feel like that's like the hardest part of being a punt returner. It's not even just usually the vision and having the agility and speed, like that all comes second nature to a lot of these guys. They're athletes, but just catching it is always the most nerve-wracking thing, especially like as a fan. Seeing that is always nerve-wracking. So yeah. That one, I don't know about that one. But look at Alfred Collins. Again, he didn't participate, right? So he's off to the side. But just look how massive he is. He's a big guy, as advertised, right? So pretty exciting to just, see how he looks. He's not even in pads in that clip, so see how he looks. Michael Williams, his physicality or his stature is crazy too, because he has the really long arms. In fact, I'm actually going to show you guys. Let me see. Is it the next clip? Yes, and it's one of the next couple clips are Michael Williams only. So I'll show that. We got Upton Stout rocking the number 20. I'm guessing that's Curtis Rourke. We got some offensive linemen here getting some work in. So Moss, he was one of the undrafted free agents. So yes, the UDFAs participate in the rookie minicamp as well. So they're getting some work in here. Okay. Connor Colby. Is that Marcus Ware, I think. So also as part of the rookie minicamp, the 49ers do bring in some rookies on a tryout basis. So there's a number of those guys as well. No guarantees that, the 49ers will sign them, but, you just know the team after. So look at Michael Williams here. Shout out to Tracy for this video. Shout out to Coach Yak for posting it on Twitter. But the thing that strikes me most about Michael, and we see it on tape too when we watch it, right? Like those long arms. Like he's just able to disengage from blockers with those arms, and it's pretty impressive. Look at this next clip here. It's probably the funniest clip of the day. This poor coach or assistant, whoever he is, that's holding like the bag here for this drill, just absolutely gets bulldozed by Michael Williams. Michael Williams, big man right there, making quite the impression early in rookie minicamp for sure. Woo! Man, that's a big dude. Let's take a look at defensive tackle CJ West, how he was looking out there. I mean, and CJ West gets a lot of comparisons to DJ Jones. We've been saying that even pre-draft before he became a Niner. The comps, or I guess I don't want to say the resemblance is uncanny, but there's some similarities in the two. And actually, I want to post this clip really quick because Robert Saleh was kind of asked about that yesterday when he spoke with the media, and just how, fans and media are making kind of one-to-one comparisons of former 49er players to some of these players. CJ West, his direct one-to-one comp is DJ Jones. But you got a couple others as well. Upton Stout, K'Wan Williams is the one people say for that one. So here's what Robert Saleh had to say about that. If I get, actually, I turned off the audio. Let me just get this back up so you guys could hear the audio. Apologies. While I'm doing that, make sure you like this video. All right, here we go. So let's get to that. Robert Saleh clip right here.
You're always going to have a comparable just to give people reference, but they're their own individual players. The way they'll be used, like for me, I don't want to pigeonhole any of those guys to being, even though those are great football players. Why can't they be more? And so they have a unique skill set and unique traits that probably remind people of those players, but they're their own individuals, and it's going to be exciting to see how they turn out.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, thanks guys. Appreciate y'all.
I actually
Good.
really appreciated that answer from Robert Saleh because like some of these guys do get comparisons, but basically what Saleh was saying was like, that wasn't exactly intentional, and we don't necessarily want to put he didn't use the word pressure, but I think like by comparing some of these players to those former 49ers, I think there does maybe come a certain amount of pressure that comes with that. And, Saleh is just saying like, hey, like, I don't really necessarily want to put those expectations on these players. They're their own players. They have their own set of expectations that we have for them. And I think that's a great way to put it. I mean, if these players did end up being similar to those former Niners that they often get comped to, great. But, I think we don't want to necessarily just cap their ceiling like that. Like they could end up being better than those players, So I don't know. I appreciated that answer, though, from Saleh. Great interview from him all around, just speaking with the media. It was his first time speaking with the media since returning to the 49ers as, defensive coordinator. So it was exciting, and there's a couple of different topics that he touched on. But the focus today is 49ers rookie minicamp. So let's keep going with it. Of course, we got some offensive players to see as well. Jordan Watkins, 49ers, fifth, sixth round pick. I don't even remember anymore. Draft season is behind me. Jordan Watkins getting the first look at him. And, people are sometimes really into the jersey numbers for some of these rookies, right? Let's nerd out on this real quick. So Curtis Rourke, 49ers quarterback, they drafted in the 7th round. He's going to be rocking the number 4. Isaiah Nair, undrafted free agent wide receiver out of Nebraska, going to be rocking that number 14. As you guys saw just then in that clip, Jordan Watkins going to be rocking the number 17. Upton Stout, 20. Jordan James, 29. For some reason, that 29 just feels like it fits him. I don't know. I can't explain it. Don't ask me. Marquise Siegel is going to be rocking the 36. Nick Martin's going to be wearing 45. Okay, like I don't mind that. That's okay. Corey Kiner's going to be rocking the 49, the legendary number 49 on the 49ers, often given to running backs, right? I like that number for him. It's kind of like a rite of passage for some guys. So we'll see what Corey Kiner does with number 49. CJ West is going to be rocking number 50. Connor Colby, 75. You can see that. Junior Bergen's going to be 86. And finally, Michael Williams rocking the 98. And Alfred Collins is going to be in the 99. Keep in mind, these numbers are subject to change. It could still change before the season starts. And it's not uncommon for this part of the offseason. Some guys are going to have the same, exactly, subject to change. Some guys are going to have the same jersey number. So in OTAs and training camp, we're probably going to see that quite a bit because there's 90 players right now. So not enough numbers to go around. Some guys are going to have duplicate numbers. So we are going to see some of these change. Some of them might stay the same, though. But chat, do these numbers have aura? I like 99 on Alfred Collins. I don't mind 98 on Michael. I could have seen Michael going 99 too. But 98 is okay. Yeah, don't make any jersey purchases yet with some of these guys because they are subject to change. But if I had to guess, Michael, Alfred Collins, those will probably stick. Nick Martin, maybe. You just never know. You just never know. Sometimes guys want to switch their numbers, and if they have an opportunity closer to the beginning of the season, they will do that. All right, so the 49ers also signed a number of rookies to their rookie deals. At this point, they've signed 8 out of their 11 draft picks. So the only guys that have not signed to this point, Michael Williams, Alfred Collins, and CJ West. So, still those 3 to go, but I don't expect that we'll have any holdouts. Did you guys see Shamar Stewart, who the Bengals drafted, who was someone that was often getting linked to the 49ers? He's like, I'm not going to work in any rookie minicamp activities until I get my deal. So he's holding out already and not participating in the rookie minicamp until he gets his deal. Glad the 49ers avoided that. I have no doubt that Michael, Collins, and West going to get their deals done soon. In fact, the 49ers had announced 7 deals, and then within a couple hours of those 7 deals they announced, Curtis Rourke, signed a couple hours later. So they're working on it. They'll get it done. And the good thing is, Michael participated. CJ West participated today. Alfred Collins, as we said, dealing with the calf injury. Maybe, I'm not assuming he's holding out on his rookie deal, but maybe because he's dealing with the calf, plus he hasn't gotten signed, maybe to be safe, he's like, I'm gonna just chill. But yeah, I have no doubt the 49ers will get the rest of these deals done. Excited for it. As far as the rookies that did not participate, I've been saying, quite a bit. Alfred Collins did not participate because of the calf injury. Marquise Siegel, we don't know why he did not participate, but he was off watching to the side. Curtis Rourke, dealing with the knee injury, did not participate. Stone Blanton, out for his wedding. Congrats to Stone. Can't wait to see him on the field, because if his play is half as good as his name, we're in for some good things. But obviously, at his wedding, makes sense why he wouldn't participate at the rookie minicamp. Maybe we'll see him, I don't know, sometime next week in the offseason program for him. The 49ers also made a number of different moves today, all right? And so let's talk about it. So the 49ers waived 3 players. I'm going to just say the most notable of those 3 that we'll all notice is Drake Jackson, edge rusher Drake Jackson, who is dealing with a patellar tendon, had a rough go. Last year he did not play at all, and it's just been a tough road to recovery for him. People are saying that he should be cleared by training camp, but the 49ers, they're not trying to wait that long, I guess. And so who the 49ers signed in place of these 3 players, which included Drake Jackson, like I said, who was a failed physical, is what they designated Drake Jackson. Waived, failed physical. The other 2 that they waived was offensive lineman Jalen McKenzie and waive injured cornerback Trey Tomlinson. So those 3. And then they signed 3 players as well. Offensive lineman Andre Dillard, offensive lineman Nicholas Petit-Frere, cornerback Dallas Flowers. And, for those wondering about who these guys are, well, Dillard, he was drafted by the Eagles. He was actually a first-round pick back in 2019. 6-year career. He's played with the Eagles, Titans, and the Packers. So Packers he played with in 2024. He appeared in 10 games with them. In his career, he's appeared in 69 games. He has 19 starts. And former Eagles, so the 49ers were like, stop asking us about offensive linemen. Stop telling us how the Eagles have the best offensive line and you wish that we did things like them. Here you go. Have Dillard, okay? Have Andre Dillard. So I'm just joking. I think, all three of these guys that they signed today are going to be depth. They're going to be camp bodies. If they're anything more than that, it'll be found gold, I think. But as far as the other guys, Flowers, he has a 3-year career. He's had a 3-year career. He was an undrafted free agent signed by the Colts back in 2022. So he's played with the Colts and the Bucks. He's appeared in 23 games. He has 5 starts under his belt during that time in his career. 32 tackles, 3 passes defended, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, 6 special teams tackles. In 2024, he appeared in 6 games between Indy and Tampa Bay. Petit Frere, originally drafted by the Titans in the 3rd round of the 2022 draft. He's played his entire career with Tennessee, and he's appeared in 34 games. He has 28 starts. In 2024, he appeared in 15 games with 10 starts. So out of the 3 guys on this list, Petit Frere probably has, like, I guess, the most starting experience. But yeah, again, I would expect these guys to be nothing more than camp bodies. But on the topic of Drake Jackson, I mean, like, that's definitely notable, right? It's notable because if we look back at the 49ers 2022 draft, it's awful. It's awful, aside from Brock Purdy. Like, literally, this is a mostly forgettable draft for the 49ers, in which they drafted Drake Jackson in the 2nd round, Ty Davis-Price in the 3rd round, Danny Gray in the 3rd round, Spencer Burford. I'll give him a pass because, the 49ers, they used up Spencer Burford as much as they could when they had him, so even though he didn't get a second contract, or he hasn't gotten a second contract, I mean, I think he's done enough. Okay. As a 4th round pick, that one's fine. And then in the round 5, they drafted Samuel Womack, not even with the team anymore either. Round 6, they drafted Nick Zakelj, who's still on the team and could very well compete for that left guard spot, maybe at center, but probably mostly left guard. We'll see. And then they also drafted in the 6th round Kalia Davis. And who do we have here? Oh, we got this guy. I don't know if you know him, Brock Purdy, 7th round of that draft. This draft is hanging by a thread by Brock Purdy, and it's the strongest thread of this draft that we can find. Brock Purdy, man. Like, and I've seen people say that this draft is the type of draft that would get GMs fired. And I don't disagree. I think if they hadn't already built a good team and they had this kind of draft, like, this draft is awful. And I feel like there's a couple of drafts for the 49ers we can look at and we're like, we kind of could say something similar where it's like, none of these dudes are with the team anymore. And it hasn't even been that long, right? So Drake Jackson, one of the last of this group. The only ones that are still on the team, Nick Zakelj, Brock Purdy. Kalia Davis has had stints where, with the team. I'm trying to think if he's on the team. Yeah, he's on the team currently. So 3 guys, and Spencer Burford, of course. Yeah, 4 guys. So it could be worse, I think. But yeah, not good, man. Not good. And, best of luck to Drake Jackson. I do like it's tough, man. I was a fan of the pick at the time. Like, I knew he was raw, but you had hope that it would work out with him. The injury just set him back for a player that was already super raw and you knew would have to have playing time in order to, get better and kind of stack his days and be able to be consistent. He never got that. Like, the injury just kind of really took that from him. So tough go. Wish him the best in wherever he ends up. And just a couple of comments here that I wanted to get to. Michael will be 95 now that Drake is gone, as far as jersey numbers. No. I could see Michael in the 95. In that case, I kind of like 98 more than 95, though, for Michael. I don't know. But yes, Michael looked great out there today. The long arms, he's showing off. It's cool when some guys have the traits to be good, but when you see it put together and it looks right, that's when I feel like Shamar Stewart was Michael Williams was the anti-Shamar Stewart, because I thought they were similar in the sense that, hey, you don't see a lot of production. You see a ton of athleticism. But I thought Michael Williams was the football player between these two guys. And you see it. I mean, I think even the clips we saw today, again, I don't want to overreact too positively or too negatively on anything that I'm seeing today, but Michael Williams looked good. He looked really good. He looked the part. Yeah. Going back to Drake Jackson, Steve-O thinks he'll be back. Maybe. I mean, I guess you never know. You could see where he ends up if he doesn't stick with the team and he gets cleared. I could see that happening. For sure, I could see that happening. I guess we'll see. But they're letting him go for now. We'll see where he ends up. I could see a team like the Eagles signing him. I don't know. We'll see who takes that chance on him, I guess. Or maybe a team just waits till he is cleared. We'll see. Yeah, and Drake Jackson will always have that 3-sack game. Always will. Number 17 just doesn't have aura, and for some reason just does not. Jordan Watkins, the one with 17. It just, at least in the red and gold, number 17 has not done well. So best of luck to Jordan Watkins. We'll see if he can break that. But yeah, man, I mean, today I think was an exciting day to just get our first look at this team. And particularly, like I said, for me, I was looking at the defense for the most part. Since we've got some extra time here, I'm just going to talk about what Robert Saleh had to say about how his defense has evolved since, the last time he was defensive coordinator here with the 49ers. I'm going to roll the clip. Yeah, so I think it's cool to hear from Robert Saleh. Like I said, for the first, you guys didn't hear the sound. God damn it! I thought, my bad. Technical difficulties today. Okay, so here we go.
For sure, it's evolved. You're always trying to stay 2 years ahead of the offense, and when we went to the Jets, there was a lot of different things that we started to do, and even now, while we have some things from the Jets, there's stuff that has evolved over the course of the last 4 years here, and obviously with the league, that there's stuff happening. So we've over this off season, a lot of really cool concepts, a lot of really cool things. So some things are the same from the Jets, some things are meshed, some things are coming in that's new. So it's like I said, we're trying to stay a couple years ahead. A lot of it may seem similar, but there's a lot of nuance that makes a difference.
All right, apologies, guys, for the audio issue there, but you guys heard it that second time around. I heard it twice, but yeah. So I'm excited to see what new wrinkles Robert Saleh is going to add to the defense. These aren't going to be the wrinkles that we heard from Nick Sorensen that he was going to add. That never happened, right? So yeah, and especially with these all the new faces on the defensive side of the ball, which, as I was saying earlier, Robert Saleh was basically saying in the same presser that it wasn't really planned to go, 5 straight defensive players. It's kind of just how the board fell to them. And there were a few times where, they actually had an offensive player higher in their board that they were targeting and they got picked, before. So it kind of just fell that way that, the defensive player ended up being the top player then when they were picking. So fortunate for Robert Saleh, kind of, because like our impression of the first couple of days was, wow, this draft is all about Robert Saleh. Like he's taking control of this defense, and they promised him all these picks and all that. But I guess it just so happened to work out that way. So hey, good for Saleh. I mean, for a guy who's coming back and he wants to really retake control of this defense, put a stamp on it, like for it to fall that way. Very fortunate for him. So that's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this season. Saleh just looks to be glowing. Like, and I'm not just saying that because of the bald head, man. Like he looks genuinely super happy, and he looks refreshed. Like it looks like there's no burden on that man. And I'm just excited to see how that translates to the field, his energy on the sideline, how that same energy, goes back to his players and bounces off of him and back. There's some very good vibes with this team right now. And I'm hoping it sticks, So this was the first day, like we said, of, rookie minicamp. Monday, got my show with Weston to talk more about it, talk more about what Clay Kubiak and Brent Boyer had to say, because there was some interesting stuff from those pressers as well. Maybe we'll get more clips from rookie minicamp. But I'm excited, man. I'm full go. I probably said excited like 50 times in this episode already, but you guys get the gist. So make sure you guys like this video if you haven't yet. Appreciate all of you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Audio listeners, leave a rating, leave a review. It really helps me out. And I appreciate all of you. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. To all the moms out there, happy Mother's Day. I'll be back Monday, so make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. For now, peace, folks. Bye.